Hi, Michelle. I wanted to go ahead and comment on your discussion board post for the week. I found it very intriguing and pretty parallel to some of the same things that I had to say within my post. I really enjoyed that you picked from the American Society of the Addiction Medicine. That's not something that I pulled from, so it was definitely different than me. But I feel like it also really encompassed a lot of what I had to say within my own post. I felt like addiction really isn't something that can just have a blanket statement, or you can say, oh, it's, habits, or it's behavioral, or it's medical. I feel like it kind of encaptures a lot of different things, kind of like the ASMA has to say, and like you had stated in your post, with it being scientific, it having that biological perspective, it having the environmental life experiences, and it really encompasses that kind of whole biopsychosocial part of it. One thing that I also found in doing that is I feel like culture is definitely a part of addiction, because if you look at different cultures, or even just different cultures across the world, or even within America, you'll see that some of these cultures don't identify what we would say as addiction to them. And so I think, that's one kind of component that is lacking in that. But I did really appreciate how, that like you had mentioned, that definition was kind of ahead of its time in saying that it encompasses all of these different factors within it. And not just like one thing over another. I do not have any experience working in addiction at all, so this is pretty new to me. So I think it was really interesting to read a lot of different people's perspectives on why they chose what they did for addiction. And I think, like one thing that you had stated in your post was that there needs to be this increased understanding of addictive behaviors, which is really where I align, where I feel like, not that it's a new phenomenon at all, but I feel like as, society changes and laws change and just we change over time, in that natural sense, that new things come up and we further that research and we further our knowledge on what that looks like. So I really couldn't say that addiction is one thing, because I believe that it is ever changing, and something that we may have thought of as addiction, back in 2000 is not going to be the same thing that we think of now in 2021. And so I think, that is definitely something that hinders in defining anything, and kind of. But again, I think, that the ASMA, like you had stated, did a pretty good job at encompassing that. And so I really appreciated that you picked that as your definition, because that's definitely something that I would have thought to be important when picking a definition. So again, I thank you for your post. I found it to be very interesting to read, and I would love to learn more about addiction, or if you had any experiences working with addiction that really weighed in on your rationale for choosing this definition. I would appreciate listening to that as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.